Welcome back, and today we're talking about Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation episode 2. So like always, let's just jump into it. I was on vacation, so I could not do a review of episode 1, but I'm back and we're gonna pick up exactly where I left off. We're just gonna start off with episode 2. I'm just going to say episode 1 was absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, I loved the episode so much. It was definitely my favorite anime of the season. And from episode 2, I still love this anime. And just judging by the few episodes that we got out of all the animes that I've seen, I would still say that Jobless Reincarnation is my favorite anime this season. I love the isekai genre, so honestly, this to me is going to be the top pick for this season, and I cannot wait to get more episodes. But this episode was really awesome. I mean, we haven't even seen any fights or anything like that, and I like that because essentially what this anime is doing is building the characters, is, introducing us to all these different characters, because I'm sure even though Roxy left this episode, we are going to see her once again later on. But also we learn a lot about Rudy. Now, before we jump into what happened in this episode, let me remind you to like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. But let's talk about Mushoku Tensei, because I mean, this anime, I've been waiting for this one for a very long time, and I'm glad that it's finally here. I believe the first trailer was released like maybe 2 years ago, and ever since I saw that trailer, I was in love. And I'm just glad that when the first episode dropped and now this episode, it was absolutely amazing and it did not disappoint. Now, the episode did start off kind of spicy. I mean, the fan service was a little, it was a little too much for my liking, but it wasn't like too overly exposed, right? Like, it wasn't showing like panties all over the place. Like, it wasn't unnecessary, I would say. Like, it made sense in the story. Again, it's very realistic, right? I mean, let's be real, right? If you're a grown-up, then you would know that, stuff between women and men, it happens. And even though the kid is next room, I mean, you would think they would be more conscious about that. But, Rudy's parents, they're total freak shows. They're going at it. And then we see Roxy doing her own thing. It's kind of messed up. But, it is kind of realistic. I'm sure that happens in real life. But let's talk about Rudy's past, before he died, the life that he was living before he was reincarnated into this world. It was a rough one. We see that he was in his apartment by himself, and he got kicked out. He was watching some stuff, doing some nasty stuff. We don't know exactly what that was. I'm not going to say CP, but, the people that kicked him out, whenever they looked at the screen, they seem very disgusted with it, but he got kicked out. And then we also see his whole life as a student. I mean, he looked like a 40-year-old, not going to lie, but it seems like he was going to school, so maybe he just looked way too old for his age, maybe because of the stress he was going through, because his life at school was not a very good one. I mean, this dude was getting bullied nonstop, and I'm talking about like extreme bullying. Like, he was like being forced to be naked. They were taking pictures of him to the point where he literally has PTSD in this new life, that he doesn't even want to go outside. Like, that's how messed up he was treated in the real world before he passed away. Now we see that he did kind of sacrifice his life to save other students, so he doesn't seem like he's a bad person. Honestly, I don't think he was watching CP in that scene. I think it was just regular, PO, the big stuff. But, maybe I could be wrong. Hopefully they break that down, because I don't think you can redeem a character that much if it was CP that he was like watching in that monitor. But I don't think it was. I think it was just the regular stuff. And, the people outside, they just hate the guy and they kicked him out. But yeah, his life was definitely messed up. And we see that he's kind of growing out of it, right? He was born into a baby. So now he's kind of going through life once again. He has another chance. But he notices that everybody in town is really nice, so he's able to go outside once again. Now, they don't celebrate birthdays every year. Instead, they do it every 5 years, and you turn an adult when you essentially turn 15. You're considered an adult when you turn 15. Now, we do get to see his training with the sword, and it doesn't seem like he's as good at it as he is with magic. He definitely is very, very good at magic, but when it comes to swords, he's definitely, lacking a little bit. Maybe his father will give up because he will realize that he's not that good at sword fighting, or heck, maybe he'll become like a top tier sword fighter as well, and his magic would just be crazy OP. I can't wait to see that. Now, Roxy, even though she did the graduation ceremony, and I have to say one thing I love about this is the animation. That little storm that Roxy called forward, it was insanely OP. It was funny when the lightning struck the horse. I mean, this episode really did a good job of balancing, like, you know, the character development and stuff like that, but also having that comedic moments, because it does have some funny moments in there. But whenever Rudy came in and did his storm magic, the sacred level water magic, it was way stronger than Roxy, so he's on a whole different level. We know that he's hiding. The secret that he has is he can actually use magic without having to do the incantations. So that's probably going to be OP. I mean, just imagine calling that storm without having to say the incantations. It will be pretty OP. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next, what magic Rudy is going to learn, because it was hinted that the next step for Rudy is to go to that university, right? So he's probably going to go there when he turns 15, maybe. I can imagine that he'll be going when he's 5, maybe 10. Maybe we'll get another time skip in the next episode. But so far, they've been doing a great job at introducing us to the characters. Like, we are learning a lot about Rudy. I love his story so far. We did learn a little bit about Roxy with the whole monster thing. Now, it could be real, it could be fake, because whenever Rudy tried to go back to you know, sneak a peek, she told him that the monster was going to come get him. So maybe it was like a little story that they tell kids to make them afraid and stuff like that. But we're just gonna have to wait and see, because we know there are monsters in this world, as Roxy explained. So there's going to be fights. I'm sure they're going to be awesome if the animation keeps going. It's going to be great. Honestly, I am loving every single second of this anime. I love how in 2 episodes we haven't gotten a single fight, but everything is so entertaining with the characters and stuff like that. I definitely want to learn more about this world, and I can't even imagine what's going to happen once Rudy starts adventuring outside of his little village, right? Like, once he starts going out into the world and experiencing all these different new things, it's going to be amazing. I mean, the world building that they're setting up in 2 episodes, absolutely great. I cannot wait to get more of this anime. I mean, I kind of wish they would just release everything. I'm so like interested in this world. I might want to go read the manga, but I'm gonna hold out because I really want to be anime only. I mean, I think that's the best experience, especially when I can make videos on it and start, you know, speculating what's going to happen. So yeah, I think the next step is going to be Rudy heading off to the university to learn a lot more magic, and I can't wait to actually see Rudy at full power fighting some big monster and just seeing him unleash everything to destroy this monster, and the reaction to people around him, because I can't imagine just him not having to use the incantations to use magic when everybody in this world has to. That's like a big advantage, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen when people start learning about this. Overall, great episode. I love the isekai genre, as I said before, one of my favorite genres out there. And you know, even though the genre is really like oversaturated with a lot of animes, every now and then we get a gem in the rough, and I mean, in this one, for me, is definitely a great diamond, because I'm loving it. I'm loving it way too much. But let me know in the comments, what did you think of this episode? Do you like the isekai genre? What about this anime? Are you watching it? Are you liking it? What did you think of episode 2? Let me know in the comments down below. And like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.